I've listened to your requests and I'm finally doing it. A business video in the past 2 years has been non-existent on my channel, and for good reason. You get somebody like Gary Vee or those other guys that are constantly producing self-help videos, and more power to them, but I'm not trying to be a self-help guru. I just want to share what I've learned, and like I said in the past, if it's something that would apply to me when I was younger, maybe it'll help somebody who's like me that's younger or just in an earlier stage of what I've learned. What's going on right now in my life is that I've been able successfully, I don't think to the millions, but a successful transition from taking a passion, this stuff is a passion, and forming it into a form of a career. I'm doing this full time, and of course I'm at my computer business working every so often, but this is my love of my life, and I've incorporated it into my life in the appropriate way. So here are 3 things to learn, or things that I've learned on how to take your passion and turn it into a career. Step 1. Quite frankly, I think that this applies to any sort of success in life, is get obsessive. I'm clearly a person who, when I have my mind set on something, I go at it 100%. There's no excuses. There's no reasons why I'm not doing it. It is what I am going to do until I die. And that is, as serious as that sounds, is exactly how it plays off in my head. When I wanted to start the computer business, that was my obsession. When I wanted the building, that was my obsession. When I wanted to get a Diablo, that was an obsession. These are all things, there's a common theme in all of these. And more than likely, I end up breaking up with the girl I'm dating at the time. And my whole life, I turn on the blinders and I focus on just that thing. Now, some of those sound materialistic, and they may be, but they aren't to me. It's an accomplishment I want, and it makes me feel good to do that. So being obsessive always pays off. I'm not gonna lie. And in today's day and age where you got tons of things, you got multitasking, you got social media blowing up in your face, you've got so many distractions, being focused and being obsessed on one thing is a massive benefit and a massive advantage over your competition or other people trying to do the same thing. So right now, what am I being obsessive on? Focusing on making videos and of course the four-rotor, but we'll talk a little bit more of that in this next step. Step 2, do something unique. Now, of course, if you're looking at your life goals and you're saying, I want to do this, you're looking at something that's already working for somebody else. If you say, hey, I'm watching this video and I want to be a YouTuber or I want to own a Lamborghini, well, you're looking at that because you've seen me do that or you've seen other people do that. The problem is, once you go to do that, you'll realize that those guys are already doing it. And the world's not as big as you think. It gets to the point where there isn't enough room to have too many people doing the same thing. Sadly, there are only, less than 200 Lamborghini Diablo 6 liters in the world, so if you had the same exact goals as me, well, only 200 of us could do that, and then the prices skyrocket, and that's just foolish. So it's good to be unique. And I don't mean as in be unique in the sense of being useless. Like, you see there's a meme where it's got an axe that's made out of wood, where the blade's made out of wood, and it says being unique isn't always useful. In this case, being unique means being memorable, being the first to do something, at least one aspect of it. For example, this YouTube stuff. You can generally say Rob's channel is this, or you take those prank channels and you can generally say that guy is the guy that's known for making these videos. Casey Neistat, he was the guy that did the bike lane cop shit. That was unique and that blew up. You notice a lot of the viral videos are very easy to explain, very easy to identify what's unique about them. In YouTube, that's probably the simplest example, which is this world right now, is I'm the guy building an all-wheel drive four-rotor. Whoa, all-wheel drive isn't unique. Having a four-rotor, I'm not the only one, but having that combination makes me unique. And as you can tell, as of SEMA, that's clearly enough to put me into my own category, even without it running. So being unique certainly pays off. The third trick to turning a passion into a career is discipline. The problem is you spend money to have a hobby, you spend money to have a passion, but you have to make money to have a career. Those two flows work exactly in opposite directions, and that's the problem here, is that If you're going to do something where you want to make money doing it, you have the right priority, you have the right mindset that, yes, I'm going to be the best at this, I'm going to be the most unique at this, but then you have to charge people money for those services. YouTube is kind of a cheat that way, because I'm not, you watching this video isn't you paying me, you know what I mean? Like, you might watch an ad, but you're not literally having the feeling of writing Rob Dahm a check or anything like that. It's kind of there's no real customer, and no clear, obvious customer, so it's not such a hard sell. It's just make it interesting and tons of people watch it. But say, for example, you're thinking, okay, Rob, I love sports cars, I want to see sports cars, I want to start a detailing shop. Well, you're going to have to start charging people to do this thing that you think is your passion. That requires discipline, and of course knowing your self-worth, which is so difficult. If you're like me, if you're humble, not to say that I'm humble, I mean, I certainly have been in the past. I think I'm a little more confident with what I do. I still have a lot of humility, but you got to be confident and know your worth. The problem becomes that you're willing to take almost nothing because that's what you want. You want to prove that you're capable. Again, it takes a lot of discipline. So some of the advice I can offer for you is that this is going to sound very American in nature, but take what you can while you can. And the reason why is that if you've got a mindset like me, if you're focused on a passion, what you're going to do is you're going to put all of your eggs in the future basket. For example, I got involved in that detail shop. The problem is that I didn't take a paycheck. I didn't take out of that. I was investing in it. I put more money into that than I ever got back. And what happens? Well, it wasn't the right business. It wasn't the right place. A lot of reasons why that failed. Well, I had nothing to show for it. I had zero. I wasted 2 years of my life focused on that. And so when I say be disciplined, I do say try and get yours now too, as well as in the long run. So those are just 3 simple, overly simplified tricks to turning your dreams into a reality, like Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. But it's not that simple. The idea, though, is that these are things that somebody who just needs that one word, that one phrase that kind of triggers the right kind of emotions. Hopefully some of those words were in this video. I know I speak from experience. These are things that I've learned, and I've had many years, what am I, 33 now? I've had many years of things not working properly and then something clicking and working. So hopefully some of this helps you guys. Let me know in the comments if there are other things you want me to talk about. Again, preferably things I'm experienced in, and I can spend hours talking about it. But if there's something that you need some guidance or need some somebody just to say I was there too, I'll be more than happy to do that. So I'll catch you next time. Here's a bonus trick, number 4, for those of you younger guys dabbling in love. Let me tell you right now that women suck the life out of you. And the problem is that you now are spending money on both a car and your love. So here's a little trick. Combine the two with this. Why not really love what you've got in your car? I can't get it out. Oh.